Welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. I am JDZ Gaming Empire. So we just spoke with Mother Giselle in the last episode, and she gave us this request, or this quest, to take Dorian to the Golden Lantern in the hinterlands, but don't tell him about it. But we optionally can speak to him about it. So I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do. Still thinking about it. But
now this is a hall worthy of the Inquisition.
Yeah, it's looking good. Looking very good. I think the only people we didn't get a chance to talk to was we haven't spoken with Josephine yet, and we didn't get to talk to Blackwall for some reason. He wasn't in the stable. He wasn't over here. Let's see if we can't fast travel over there real quick. See if he's there. Maybe it's a glitch or something. I don't know, but we're gonna find out. So let's fast travel real quick over there, see if we can talk with Blackwall.
Said the Maker is acting through us, but he doesn't do anything directly. I suppose.
Okay, just conversation before we sit in judgment and go to the war table. Okay, yeah, he's over here. Let's fast travel here. Okay, Blackwall. Are you in here? Ah, he's still not in here. It's weird. It's a glitch. Not up here either. Okay, well, maybe I have to leave and come back or something. I don't know. I have no idea where he's at. Oh! What? Okay, well, he's right here. I guess it didn't go far enough over. Let's talk to him.
Someone I knew once described adamant to me. Adamant is, and always will be, the Order, he said. A guardian on the edge of the abyss. The lone soul that stares into oblivion and doesn't waver. That's what Warden Commander Clarel tried to be. Well, they all tried to be. None of the Wardens we saw wavered. They gave their lives willingly. They died for us. And Corypheus twisted their sacrifice to make it his own.
Okay, she just leaning against a tree or the piece of wood, just all nonchalant.
And that's why he has to die.
You'll get no argument from me. There's no one to blame but Corypheus. Even Clarel's intentions were righteous. Her desire to protect was so great it led her astray. It's not right. To want to do good, to be good, and have that turned against you.
Don't think of what went wrong. Think of their intentions, their sacrifice. Honor their selflessness.
Clarel made mistakes, but she was a great woman. And she died a great woman. It's not the armor or the trappings of the Order. It's not the joining. At the heart of it, all a Warden is a promise. To protect others, even at the cost of your own life.
Okay. Now where did you pop off to? Are you in the... Are you in here now? Yep, okay. Anything else?
At your service.
Oh, okay.
Nothing right now. Perhaps in a bit.
Alright, so let's sit in judgment. Wait, do we have anything that we need to sell real quick? Response for the controller is slow for some reason. Okay, so we have 57 to 75. Probably put these crafting materials in our storage. Yeah, that's a lot. Okay. Let's head on out. No, let's fast travel right here. Let's put the stuff in storage while we're over here. Okay, hang on. Sorry. Side mission here, side mission.
Served the Lord who loaded his catapults with anvils. Point
Any
blank.
potions that you can upgrade. I think we got everything there. Nope. Oh, we need one more rash vine. We need Prophet's Loyal for that. Okay. Not even really using Lyrium potion. Tears of the Dead. That will take all of our Blood Lotus. Let's not do that yet. These grenades. I really like that. Confusion grenade. Can we upgrade it? Fires in. Okay. Nope. We need some more Blood Lotus to upgrade that. Rage. Fuse targets now cause 25% extra damage. That would be good. Mind Direct. All targets suffer 635 spirit damage when the effect wears off. Ooh-wee, that's good too. Blood Lotus. We need a lot of Blood Lotus. Okay, so nothing really in here that we can upgrade yet. Okay, so I would check before I put stuff into our storage. Looks like we're putting upgrades in here. Yeah. So not crafting components, but upgrades. All right. Let's deposit all this. That took our inventory down to 50. Still a lot. Hmm. 49 fire and spirit damage. Vivian. Give that to her. The DPS is less, but it does do additional damage. Give that to her. And I should have looked at all this before I started recording. All right, might save this for later. Where's Cole? Okay, he's got 198 in one hand already. And 175. Let's put this. Move that. So we got some other stuff we need to sell. to him. Sell that. And we can sell that. Level 21. Nari trained only. Okay, put that on him. Oh, level 8. He needs to be level 18 first. Okay. Alrighty. You know what? I'm not going to look at any more of this. Let's sell real quick. Okay, now we're down to 45. All right, let's go talk with Josie. Then we'll head over to the war table. Got anything new to say, Josephine? Yep, you do.
Inquisitor, I must speak with you.
What is it?
I must explain something first about the Montilier's fortunes.
I remember you said your family had been forbidden from trading in Orlais.
It's devastated our finances. The Montiliers have, in fact, been in debt for over 100 years.
I had no idea your family's situation was so precarious.
Hardly anyone outside the family does. For generations, we've done everything to keep creditors at bay. Sold our lands to stave off interest. It's just... it is infuriating to see my family still reduced to this. I'm to become head of our house. If I sell any more of our land, my family will become destitute. That cannot be my legacy to them.
Should we say this?
Most people worry about their next meal, never mind an estate.
I'm not blind, but I worry for my family. My foolish sister Yvette with her daydreams. My brothers trying to rebuild our fleet with their own hands. Is it wrong to hope they never know hardship?
Is there anything I can do?
I'd almost solved our problems. For a while. I negotiated a chance to reinstate the Montiliers as landed traders in Orlais. We could rebuild with that. But when I dispatched paperwork to Val Royeaux, I've just learned my carriers were murdered. And the documents restoring my family's trading status destroyed.
Oh, gosh.
Who hates the Montiliers enough to do that?
Leliana made inquiries that bore success. Comte Bioware, a nobleman in Val Royeaux, claims to know who killed my messengers. He has a request that you come when I meet him, so he's seen publicly conferring with you.
What will being seen with me gain the Comte?
The Comte will drop hints at parties he's to meet with an important visitor. Allies and rivals will take note. Once he's met you, there will be speculation. The Comte will subtly spin reports to his advantage. He will use us. But if he knows who killed my people, I ask that we indulge him.
Okay.
If that's what it takes to get to the bottom of this, I'll meet this Comte with you.
Thank you, Inquisitor. It means... you are too kind. I must know who killed my couriers just to harm my family.
Okay, so we have a quest from Josephine now. Where are we at? Okay, we're still in her office. Anything else?
We've an interesting development, Inquisitor. A petition from citizens of Val Royeaux. They wish to know what Andraste said to you in the Fade.
They think she spoke to me.
Even Leliana can't trace the rumor's origin. It may be expedient to respond to those asking for Andraste's words.
It's not Andraste who saved me.
Few people outside Skyhold know it was Divine Justinia who delivered you from Le Fade. You could attempt to tell Val Royeaux citizens the truth, though it may not be as inspiring as they hope.
All right, just do this.
Tell these petitioners Andraste said she cares for us, always, as she walks by the Maker's side.
A fine sentiment. We will have it proclaimed in Val Royo.
Okay, anything else?
Yes.
Oh, that got us some influence. I think we asked this already.
Tell me about the Montiliers.
Well, my parents are alive and in good health. They live in our estate in Antiva City. Of my 4 siblings, most attend to the running of the family vineyards. That reminds me, I must ask someone to make sure Yvette attends the spring reception at the palace. My youngest sister has no head for social engagements.
Maybe we didn't.
Why are you overseeing your siblings' social lives?
It's Antivan custom. After a certain age, the heir apparent runs the family's estate to prove they're worthy of succession. If you're unfit for the task, the heads of the house, usually one's parents, may decree a new heir.
What do these Antivan heads of the households do if they don't run it?
They work and provide guidance. I've taken advice from my parents. Well, mostly mother. Father's more of an artist. It's rather gauche, but we never can dissuade him from running his own salons. Between him and my siblings, mother's looking forward to my taking over the estate.
I imagine there must be give and take between a family heir and their parents.
There is a fair amount of arbitration. Bickering, if one is less polite. But managing the estate is my duty. As much work as it is, I will not shirk it.
Is running your family's estate that important to you?
I'm responsible for their welfare. A Montilier never shuns their familial duty. Taxing as those duties can sometimes be.
Maybe your siblings could help lighten your burden.
You don't know them. But Lorien in charge, or Antoine, or Yvette? No, truly. It must be me.
Anything else here?
Where were you raised, Josephine?
I was born in Antiva City, but when I turned 15, Mother declared I'd attend finishing school in Val Royo. But I bowled into her skirts the day I had to leave.
You must have missed her terribly.
I did. And she was most unsympathetic to my wailing. But my mother only wanted the best for me. Living in Orlais was an education in itself.
What did you learn at this finishing school in Val Royo?
Among other things, mathematics, rhetoric, poetry, history, logic, and a great deal of etiquette. I still remember Madame Beventir's switch on my knuckles when I forgot the basic tenets of Nevaran dining customs. For a dowager approaching her 80th year, she had quite the arm.
How did the younger you like Val Royo when you arrived?
Have you ever stepped into a new city and felt the buildings couldn't possibly be real? That was Val Royo to me. So beautifully foreign, I gaped at its spires for months.
Does Antiva City have nothing that compares to Val Royo?
Antiva City is a jewel among the capitals. But I did not appreciate that before I traveled. There are multitudes of places I'd like to see. Seheran, the Anderfelds, whatever lies past the Amaranthine Ocean.
I thought we... This is where we asked about Liliana. Let's just exhaust. Oh.
Who rules Antiva?
Officially, the Principality of Antiva is governed by His Majesty King Fugelno II. In reality, Antiva's merchant princes rule the country in everything but name. Quite loudly, I might add.
Okay.
What sort of dealings did you have with these merchant families?
As ambassador, I attended Privy Council meetings in a mediatory capacity. May I just say, one has never heard an argument until they've sat in on 15 princes howling down each other's tariff suggestions.
That sounds more like a mob than a meeting.
It's all a part of life in Antiva. Our traditions value passion and romance. A certain exuberance of style.
Are you positive you're Antivan?
I can be most exuberant when it's called for. Just at the right moments, and in a proper fashion. Might we speak of something else?
Yeah.
You haven't really gone into detail about how you know Leliana.
We met... let me think. We met the last few years of my schooling, but we became friends after I became ambassador to Olay. It seems terrifyingly long ago now.
How exactly did you and Leliana reconnect in the Inquisition?
I discovered my family had been overcharging a merchant we traded with for months. Our name carries a great deal of trust in Antiva. I spent weeks arranging a string of favors as suitable recompense. Apparently satisfied, the merchant extended me an invitation to her estate. Leliana greeted me in place of the merchant.
Her family's a bunch of thieves.
I assume the entire problem was some form of trial.
You assume correctly. Leliana claimed she needed someone of painful integrity for the Inquisition. I accepted, once she finally explained what it was.
Do you remain close?
Yes, but she's grown so much more distant than the outgoing woman I met in Valroyo. Leliana used to wander the Orlesian courts, singing the sweetest songs, charming the greatest wits. Now she collects secrets and takes risks that would make empires tremble. I worry, but she will not hear it.
Does Leliana confide in you?
She enjoys revisiting our more disastrous adventures. Leliana used to concoct the most ridiculous plans. Run if you ever see her with a twine ball, a measuring stick, and a handkerchief.
Okay.
Let's speak later.
Another time.
That was a lot of information. Codex unlocked. Antiva. We haven't looked at Codex in a minute. Let's just check that out. Have some new characters here as well. Magister Aramon. My dearest Demetrius, help this letter find you recovered from those ghastly meetings about road repair or import taxes or whatever terribly important work has consumed your time. I applaud your patriotic efforts to maintain the Imperium's infrastructure while the horned beasts to the north wage bloody war upon us. I've asked before, but you are my closest friend, and now that you have seen the stirrings of our work, I hope you might reconsider. You cannot think your talents adequately spent on road work. Metri, you come from the blood of the dreamers. My master will restore the Emporium to a greatness it has not seen since our ancestors walked in the Golden City. He will rule not just a nation, but the world. Those who show loyalty now stand to reap the benefits when all the world kneels to the Venatori. Perhaps you are more comfortable with roads. When my master returns to Venter to the glory it deserves, he will be pleased to find the nation well paved. Consider well, my friend, Master Livius Aramon of Veratium. Okay. Is that it? Guess so. Let's see. History, maybe. Here lies the abyss. Here lies the abyss, the well of all souls. From these emerald waters doth life begin anew. Come to me, child, and I shall embrace you. In my arms lies eternity. Canticle of Andraste 14:11. Chantry sisters have long debated this section of the Chant of Light. It is tempting to assume that the well of all souls is a literal well, but such imagery appears nowhere in Andraste's other works. An examination of Threnodis 1:4 yields clues. From the waters of the Fade you made the world. As the Fade had been fluid, so was the world fixed. It is possible, even likely, that the emerald waters Andraste refers to are the substance of the Fade, which began as an ocean of dreams, the Rhodonis 1-1, and was reduced to a well, bottomless but limited in scope by the Maker's creation of our world. Is Andraste urging the listener to come to the Fade? Should we take from these emerald waters doth life begin anew, as literal evidence of reincarnation, or even of life after death, as the cult of spirits suggests, or as a figurative benediction indicating that the Maker is the source of all light, and in finding his embrace for eternity, we will only be returning our souls from whence they came. An excerpt from Reflections of Divinity by revered Mother Juliet. Let's see. I don't think it's in here. Antiva. In the rest of the civilized world, it is common belief that Antiva has no king. I assure you, gentle readers, that this is untrue. The line of kings in Antiva has remained unbroken for 2,500 years. It is simply that nobody pays any attention to them whatsoever. In truth, the nation is ruled by a collection of merchant princes. They are not princes in the literal sense, but heads of banks, trading companies, and vineyards. Their power is conferred strictly by wealth. But Antiva is not primarily known for its peculiar form of government, nor for its admittedly unparalleled wines. Antiva is known for the House of Crows. Since Antivans are well known for being good at everything but fighting, it is more than a little ironic that Antiva possesses the most deadly assassins in the world. Their fame is such that Antiva keeps no standing army, no king is willing to order his troops to assault her borders, and no general is mad enough to lead such an invasion. The attack would likely succeed, but its leaders would not see the day. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar by Brother Genetavi. And then let's read about this real quick since it was new and I never read about it before. We'll save the others for another time. Adamant Fortress. Of all the decisions we Grey Wardens were forced to make over the lean years, withdrawing from the Fortress of Adamant was perhaps the most difficult. It had been built as a bastion against darkspawn spilling out from the abyssal rift, a symbol of how we had done the impossible, pushing those creatures back into the shadows where they belong. We kept the land safe from further encroachment, but as each new age dawned, memories of our sacrifice became fainter. The entire western approach had become a wasteland, and thus the expense of maintaining the fortress became increasingly difficult to justify. There were no griffins to fill its wares. Too few wardens to man its battlements, too many good men and women killed by demons creeping through the thinning veil. Each visit of the warden commander made it more apparent that Adamant had become a symbol of our decline. Even if darkspawn still emerged from the chasm, who would they threaten other than the wardens themselves? So in the dawn of the blessed age, we sealed the fortress's mighty gates. We left the great griffin statues to tarnish in the blowing sand, retreating to Montsimard with a sense of loss and shame. I returned recently with a small expedition to retrieve supplies, surprised to see it still standing. The doors did well by us. I suspect Adamant will remain for ages to come. But should the order ever return, they will find it difficult to resurrect. Only spirits roam its halls now, alongside the memories of those who gave their lives to protect us all from darkness. From the Journal of Veldon, Grey Warden of Orlais, 858 Blessed. Ooh, interesting. Oh, there's too many tales in there to read at the moment. And I don't know if I was reading the tales for you guys before. All right, let's get out of here. Oculara. Quest. Codex update. Who's that talking? What was that about? All right, let's go on in here. No perks yet. All right, let's check for Weldon. Break venatory hold on Wycombe. Ambassador Montelier, it has been my pleasure to
Any
meet...
news on why Corypheus is sending people to explore elven ruins of all things?
No, I suspect he keeps the reason secret, even from his inner circle.
It has been my pleasure to meet Duke Antoine of Wycombe and pay my respects on behalf of the Inquisition. The Duke is a most friendly man. Indeed, I dare say he thinks the best of everyone, and has advisors from as far away as Taventer. Duke Antoine assures me that he wishes the Inquisition well, and will offer us military support as soon as his city has recovered from a strange disease that has spread through most of the human population, though the elves in the alienage are thus far unaffected. This illness may explain why bandits were able to operate so close to Wycombe with impunity. All the nobles and most of the soldiers have been weakened. Any concerns I have raised, he say, can wait until then. The Duke's Taventer advisor has indicated an eagerness to make my acquaintance.
Is Knight Captain Ryland satisfied with his post?
It's not an easy assignment, but if anyone can handle the approach, it's him.
The Duke's Taventer advisor has indicated an eagerness to make my acquaintance, and it is becoming increasingly difficult to resist such a tempting offer. Yours in haste, Lady Genevieve Volant. Nah, we're going to use Liliana.
Inquisitor.
Nightingale, the Taventer advisor, has been eliminated. Documents on his person prove that he was indeed Venatori, and also shed some light on the mysterious illness plaguing the humans of Wycombe. The Venatori planted red lyrium in the wells from which the humans drank, evidently testing whether the entire city could be transformed into soldiers like the Red Templars. I took the liberty of destroying the red lyrium in the wells, as it was impossible to wait for an answer from you in Skyhold. This has ended the direct threat, along with the death of the Venatori advisor. However, tensions remain high, and I suspect that the residents' withdrawal from the red lyrium will only exacerbate the situation. Jester. Nice. Okay. What else do we have? Oh, restore order in Wycombe. Let's do that. Ambassador Montelier, although matters in Wycombe seem better than before with the sudden departure of Duke Antoine's Taventer advisor, I confess that the nobles are now in quite a state. They are very passionate in their opinions and act like a drunkard shaking in want of his spirits. I have heard talk of the nobles putting their cares aside and indulging in some youthful sport. The local townsfolk are likely not up to such competition, and I fear the presence of our Inquisition soldiers might lead to silliness on all sides. Were the Dalish outside Wycombe invited to join in, perhaps by a clever gesture, the match might be more sporting. Here's Lady Guinevere Volant. Josephine's not participating. Let's use Liliana again. Restore order in Wycombe. Nightingale, the city is safe, at least for the time being. Keeper Ishmael entered the city with a contingent of Dalish elves and used magic to alleviate the effects of lyrium withdrawal for many of the city's victims. Unfortunately, her actions caused some of the more maddened nobles to attack. Duke Antoine gave his life protecting Ishmael from his own nobles, and most of the remaining nobles of Wycombe are either dead or have fled the city. For what it is worth, almost all merchants and laborers in the city saw that the Dalish were attempting to help, and banded with them to fight against the madness that had taken their nobility. I have heard that some remaining nobles are spreading lies in other Marcher cities, claiming that the Dalish attacked and poisoned the rulers. For now, however, the Dalish are seen as heroes in Wycombe. They remain in the city, uncertain of what to do next. Jester. Okay, let's go on up here. Investigate Lord Enzo of Antiva. A report from Antiva delivered to Liliana. The Venatori are smuggling red lyrium into Antiva, but thus far they have evaded our grasp. We believe Lord Enzo of Rialto is assisting them. Enzo is clever, well-liked, and has relations among Antivan royalty. If we approach him without proof, he will bury his tracks and turn his allies against us. We must handle this carefully. Mason. Handling carefully, huh? Let's use Josie. Okay, Sister Liliana. Our agents entered Lord Enzo's home, where they discovered several pieces of correspondence connecting Enzo to the Venatori. Worse, it seems Enzo did more than buy into their philosophy. He's been arranging to send volunteers to Red Lyrian mines. As they took these people from Rialto's poor, more unfortunate residents, few noticed the disappearances. Our agents were prepared to confront Enzo with the evidence, but he failed to return. We have since learned that he hired a ship to Hercinia in the Free Marches. It seems unlikely that Enzo knew of our presence, but something spooked him. Mason, Liliana has written a note below. Have our agents track Lord Enzo to the Free Marches. His work for the Venatori must not continue. Let us pray the trail does not run cold. Liliana. Okay. An offer from the Crows. Ooh, we remember the Crows. Zev was a crow. A letter delivered to Skyhold. Cinder claims to be a member of the Antiban Crows, an infamous guild of assassins. We encountered your agents in Hercinia. It seems the Inquisition and the Crows share a target. Our employer bears no love for Lord Enzo due to, well, let's just say it's a personal matter. Of course, I imagine your motivations have more to do with demands to venture friends. You know the Venatori. We know Enzo. Why compete for the man? Lend us your knowledge and the job will be done far more quickly. You eliminate an enemy, our employer removes a political rival, and we get paid. A happy ending for all involved. Yitta. I'm thinking we probably ought to use Liliana. Let's use Liliana.
Let's see what we have.
Oh, we didn't get any rewards? What's up with that? With your knowledge of the Venatori and the Crows' intelligence on Enzo, I tracked down a storehouse just outside the city. I hope you didn't want us to leave any of the Venatori alive. Sadly, Lord Enzo was not present, but he may count his life in days. To show we respect our current arrangement, an interesting trinket from our raid on the Venatori, Kita. Where is it? I don't see no trinket. Oh, man. We got robbed. Patrol for the crew. Report in Colin's hand. We've had a request for some general patrols. It is heartening that we are being looked to in this way, but I doubt we would find any activity directly related to Corypheus, and our resources are better sent elsewhere. The request was in the same region as the bandits reported by the Sutherland lad. Perhaps we should extend his duties. Oh yeah, we met him. Okay, I just don't remember him.
To work?
The Sutherland lad and his small crew have reported in, only minor trouble as expected. Nevertheless, they have increased our presence. They seem useful freelancers. Okay. Obtain amulet for Cole. Regardless of whether Cole is a demon or a spirit, he remains vulnerable to Venatori binding magic. The amulet of the Unbound, used by Ravani seers, is said to protect spirits from such magic. However, finding such an amulet in this part of the world will be difficult. Let's use Josie.
At your service.
Ambassador Montelier, it is rare to hear those in Orlais treating spirits as anything other than beasts to kill, and rare still for anyone to care enough for one to help them. I have given the amulet to your people freely in hopes that the Inquisition will continue this open-minded approach. We wish you luck in healing the sky, whose rifts have damaged the Fade even here in Ravane. Yours in peace, Lady Anna Maria of Daresmon. I guess we got the amulet, it doesn't show. Preparations for Redcliffe. A letter has arrived stamped with the seal of Redcliffe. As the Inquisition has assumed responsibility for the Mage Rebellion, the Arling of Redcliffe holds you accountable for the losses suffered by our people while providing hospitality to your mage allies. Dang, dude. A freehold in Rasvir was burned to the ground when a mage inside lost control of his abilities. 2 farms outside Redcliffe Village suffered crop loss and structural damage to his frost spells. 5 people in Redcliffe Village were injured by lightning spells caused by panicked children. I trust this matter can be concluded without the involvement of the Crown, Arl Tegan Guerin. Dang! Arl Tegan? Okay. That might satisfy the Arl. Let's have Josie do it. Inquisitor, I'm pleased that we were able to work together for the betterment of the people of Redcliffe Arling. May Andraste watch over you. Tegan Guerin. Okay, he's happy. Jeez. Contact Hero of Ferelden. What is that now? The Arl's invitation. Oh, let's go up here and check this out. Ambassador, I apologize for any unpleasantness that might have arisen from my last correspondence with the Inquisition. My people have been under tremendous strain for too long, even before the destruction of the Conclave, and has taken its toll on all of Redcliffe Arling. But this is the past. Today I write to offer an invitation to the Inquisition. The banner of Kalen is part of my domain and now lies empty. Ban Alara lost her life attending a conclave. Her only living relative holds lands too far away to administer both. By Ferelden custom, the lands are now the property of whomever claims them through skill of arms. A tournament will be held at Callan with the victor taking the title as their prize. The Inquisition may send a champion to fight in a melee if you wish. Sincerely, Arl Tegan Guerin. Okay, let's let's use Colin.
To work?
Commander, the grand melee went well enough. We did not win a banner, but Brioni placed high enough to attract the attention of half the lords in Ferelden. Also, she received 9 offers of marriage and 6 job offers. We might need to give her a raise. Knight Captain Ryland. Okay. Contact Hero of Ferelden. Sister Liliana, none of our agents have seen the hero of Ferelden, but our normal work led us to scattered references of her passing through the area. It will take a serious commitment of resources, but we could attempt to contact her. Sister Rajan. All right.
Let's see what we have.
Sister Liliana, the hero of Ferelden made contact. She left a letter to deliver to the Inquisitor, as well as goods from her travels that might be of use. We've enclosed them in this missive. Yours in service, Sister Rajan. Again, the reward is not in there, so I don't know what is up with that. Hard in Hightown, Trouble in Skyhold. Ooh, yeah, this has got to be about Varric. Copies of Hard in Hightown and Hard in Hightown 3, the repunchening, sit side by side on the table along with a note. Nightingale found several similarities to events in Varric's book, but all are slightly off. Dead magistrate was not in his home. Man found murdered in locked room was a comp, not magistrate. Executors did not send warning note directly to Donnan. Obviously, object of plot is Sword of Historian, not a Penny Dreadful author. Close look at the rip-off book shows numerous grammatical and spelling errors that seem random at first, but ciphers believe might contain coded information. Killer and author are clearly linked. Either the murder investigation or the code might lead us to a target. Scrivener. Let's use Lily. Anna. Nightingale, 2 points. That book is abysmal, and the entire code-breaking department wants to ritually set it on fire. 2. The message is double encrypted. The message and the mistakes is in a Merchant's Guild cipher. We have not yet broken the guild's code. Scrivener. Revenge of the Merchant's Guild and Sigil of Greater Mistral. Okay. New operation unlocked. Okay. Let's go on. Is this the new operation over here? Revenge of the Merchant's Guild, and there's something up there too. An unsent letter from Varric waits in the war room, addressed to Jarek Dace, Denerim Merchant's Guild. Jarek, I need a key to the Merchants Guild cipher from 1 month ago, and you still have payments left on the loan house Thaethris gave you for your rescue mission to Amgarak. So I think we can make a deal. I get the cipher and your debt disappears like fanatical magic. And Nightingale, since I know you'll open this and read it before it gets sent, don't bother to keep a copy. The guild changes their codes every month because dwarves are naturally paranoid. Very dangerous. So we have to use Josie. Send the letter to Denerim. Getting this cipher will help Liliana find the killer. Thaethris, are you still skipping out on meetings? You'd have a copy of this already if you showed up once in a while. Not that I mind. I'm happy enough to trade you a worthless piece of parchment for 1,000 crown debt. Jarek, a note has been added to the bottom in another hand. Message decipher translation follows. My name is Varric Thaethris, and I'm a Bronto-licking backstabber who steals customers. Scrivener. Okay. A missing assassin. My dear Liliana, your Inquisition is working with the crows? I ask only because I may have removed one of the assassins from your employ. If I'd known the man was yours, I would have at least let him finish the contract. No matter, allow me to make it up for you. You know I would do a much better job than the crows, and I am far more pleasing to work with. No? As a favor to a friend, I'll charge you only a fraction of the price. Zevran Aranai, or however you say his name. Zev, yes. Zev could be a useful ally. We could funnel resources to him while nominally maintaining our alliance with the crows. Another assassin wishes to help after killing one of our other assassins. We're already stuck with crows. Why make this more complicated? Yes, let's use Liliana. He's actually writing to Liliana anyways. And he knows Liliana.
Inquisitor.
We will provide Zevran with the resources he needs without telling the crows, of course. Lord Enzo is proving elusive. More eyes in Hercinia cannot hurt Liliana. Yes. And then, word from Zevran Arania. A missive sent to Skyhold. I have tracked down the location of Lord Enzo, and rather more Venatori than I was expecting. Shall we say goodbye to our troublesome friend? Yeah, let's use Liliana. When I heard your agents would provide a distraction, I did not expect such a roaring fire. The confusion, the running about in circles, it was all very lively. Of course, Lord Enzo and his Venatori were decidedly less lively at the end of it. Zev. Nice. All right, now what do we got over here? Hard in Hightown, a worthy dwarf. Ruffles, Nightingale, and various agents named after crummy jobs. Thanks for looking into this bullcrap mess for me. Based on what you've told me, there's only one person I can think of who specifically uses Bronto liquor as an insult and also can't write worth a damn. Worthy, an acquaintance of mine from Kirkwall. Although, why he'd do all this, I have no idea. I owe you all drinks. Varric. Ooh, who's he talking about? No, let's use Liliana.
Let's see what we have.
Nightingale, we removed the door from his home in Hightown. He had another manuscript in progress, which we burned, doused in acid, and threw into the sea. Apparently, he has a beef with Varric for setting up the champion of Kirkwall with another rune crafter. He ranted about better beards and true dwarves, and then declared himself the greatest writer in Thedas. At which point, Fletcher laughed so hard, she started choking. That dwarf is a menace. And he claims he didn't send a note to Skyhold. Cooper. Oh, we got a grip for Bianca. Okay. Is that it over here on the Ferelden side? That was a lot. Let's go to Orlais and see what we have. Ooh, a lot more. At the College of Magi. A situation is unfolding in the Navarian city of Cumberland, location of the College of Magi, which, until the outbreak of the Mage Rebellion, was a philosophical part of the circles of Magi. Now, mostly abandoned, it has become the home to a number of mage refugees. This has drawn the air of local citizens, and mobs are threatening to assault the college and burn it to the ground, with Duke Sandro and Nexus doing nothing to stop them. Inquisition agents suspect that Venatori agents are behind the mobs, looking to recover artifacts from the college once its magical defenses are breached. Let's use Colin. The presence of the Inquisition forces in the College of Magi provoked an angry response from Duke Sandro. I'm told this led to a standoff where the Duke's forces threatened to attack, and it was our agent at the college who talked the man down. Corbin displayed a level head and sound judgment, both things I would normally never ascribe to a dwarven warrior. The mobs have backed off, and Corbin sent to us the artifacts he believes the Venatori may have been after. Colin. Okay, on over here, evading the crows. My friends, I did enjoy our little venture, and I hate to be a bother, but I believe you owe me a favor. After all, Lord Enzo is quite dead. As you may recall, the crows and I are not on the best of terms. They were not pleased I stole their target out from under them. It means they don't get paid. They could have taken credit for my work, but I had already written to their employer. I earned the prize, after all. The crows would like to speak to me, as you can imagine. They've sent more of their number to Hersinia. It's time I left the free marches, Zevran. Ooh. Wow, what should we do here? Let's use Colin. Liliana, it's been a pleasure. Zevran. Oh, superb amulet of evasion. A trouble of red jennies. This must be for Sarah. I will never understand how they function with the same name. A memo from Liliana written on a letter from Sarah. Sometimes we trade off baddies. Some knob learns your tricks. Message another red jenny. Now you're twice as hard to catch. Looks like magic, except no demons and no magic, I suppose. Anyway, the caravan we took over? There's 2 leads on that from 2 other jennies. Good ones, too. Sarah. Simple sketches of the other red jennies, and their locations are scribbled below. Their mustaches seem improbable. Navarra and Tantervale. Let's use Liliana.
Let's see what we have.
Okay, we got a new operation unlocked. I believe we are now in the favor of a red jenny in the city of Tantervale, as near as is possible to tell. Tantervale. The name of our enemy. According to Dorian, it might be possible to discover who Corypheus once was. Knowing he was human could make him less attractive to Tevinter's zealots, who think of him as a god. Acquiring this information, however, is more difficult than one might suppose. Such ancient information could be found in the Magisterium's library in Minthros, but the Grand Archivist has so far replied to our messages with polite misdirection. Dorian says he's the king of this particular castle and knows it. He might be blocking our efforts out of allegiance to Corypheus, or simply because of him. Let's use Josie. No reward. The copy of the Liberal tomb that Dorian sought arrived at Skyhold, along with a number of items ranging from rare manuscripts to grimoires from magisters long dead. It came with a letter from the Grand Archivist apologizing profusely and stating a hope his gifts will be of benefit to the Inquisition. It may take some time for Dorian to go through the tomb, but he seems optimistic that something within will prove of use. Okay. Dwarven slaves in Venatori hands. Report from one of Colin's forward scouts. Sightings in the north of Red Templars with armor and weapons adorned with dwarven runes. There are no known entrances to the deep roads in that area, and no missives from Orzammar about missing traders, but they keep next to non-existent records of surface dwarves. The Venatori may be making use of Dwarven slaves, possibly from Tevinter. Not their usual preference, but also not the first unusual thing they have done. Recommend further investigation in force. All right, well, let's use Cullen.
Inquisitor.
The report has arrived from the site of the suspected Venatori enclave. It is nonsensical given accepted historical record. Located Venatori enclave. Fires on approach. Assume they torched their camp while retreating. Not the case. Camp already destroyed. Venatori dead. Dwarven tools found, but no dwarves, alive or dead. One deep stalker corpse found. Signs of blight corruption. Best guess, Venatori surprised by forces emerging from the camp. Well, assume they left the same way. Well collapsed. No passage possible. Enclave scoured for resources for return to Skyhold. On return to Inquisition camp, message found next to a newly opened sinkhole. We always come for our own. What about you, Inquisition? Benthis Warhelm Cal Sharak. Ooh. Okay, that didn't seem like it went well. An offer of help on their terms. A letter on dark vellum with obviously Dwarven markings. A hole on the surfacer's precious sky not only concerned, but the timing, but the thing that did it? If this Magister crap really brought the blight and the darkspawn, we're no friend of that. Follow these instructions, and you'll catch your enemy sleeping. Tell your soldiers not to leave the main tunnel. That's your only warning. Benthis Warhelm Cal Sharak. Letter ends with a map to a cave system and a number of troops that can pass. Tell your soldiers not to leave the main tunnel. Let's use Liliana. Our soldiers report that they passed through the tunnel without incident and surprised a sizable Venatori encampment. After the battle, they had to find a different route back because the tunnel had been collapsed. They found this letter. Liliana. A letter on dark vellum with obviously Dwarven markings. You follow instructions well. Respect of our territory is a first step. We shall see. Benthis Warhelm Cal Sharak. Okay, so I guess that was the right thing. Aiming module 3. Okay. Investigate Val Gamord. Commander Collins, smoke is rising from the town of Val Gamord. No word has come from the town, and scouts sent to the area have not returned. I would like permission to investigate in force. Lieutenant Suzanne Cloche Sec. Let's use Colin.
All right.
Oh, wow, we got a lot of good stuff there. Commander Colin, Val Gorman has been destroyed by Darkspawn. They attacked us as we approached, but with our numbers, we were able to fight our way and retreat to safety. The town is definitely lost. The Darkspawn have turned down most of the buildings. It will take a significant force to stop them from spreading further. Possibly a larger force than the Inquisition can field alone. Lieutenant Susan Kalashesek. Okay, make sure there's nothing over here that's resources. Okay. Drive Darkspawn from Val Gamord. Commander Colin, the Darkspawn at Val Gamord came from the mountains. I am shocked that such a sizable host reached the surface without alerting the Orlesian military. Perhaps the Civil War distracted Orlais in the same way that the calling distracted the Wardens. Regardless of the cause, the Darkspawn are here and in massive numbers. I've begun preparing the troops. Okay. Yeah, let's continue to use Colin for this.
To work?
Commander Colin, if you are reading this message, the Darkspawn force was too powerful for us and we were overwhelmed. If you would please see that my daughter receives my training sword, I would be most grateful. It's been an honor to serve. Oh no! Lieutenant Suzanne, Orlesian military forces have compensated Inquisition for the loss of his troops. Oh no, I got him killed! Oh, I was not expecting that. Alliances, getting things moved. Okay, we're not going to do liberate yet. Empress du Leon. Okay. Many of the nobility of the Eurasian capital have settled their secondary differences and are rallying behind two families. The Dosseriers are old money, well respected, but viewed as traditional and stubborn. The Thibaults rose with the popular merchant consortium and are considered new money and progressive. While the intent of both families was to rival us politically, if we declare for one of them, we may manipulate events in our favor. Lord Perrion des Rossiers has not asked for our allegiance, but may respect our rising might. Lady Belise Thibault speaks for her investors and is interested in forward-thinking alliances. Thinking we use Josie. I will not turn my back on them, but we have established agreements with the Thibaults. Their initial hatred of the Inquisition was a device, and they are willing to have us in their favor. Josie. Okay, Sigil the Morden Stormrider. Import a new operation, forging a way forward. Okay, let's look at that. Lady Thibault is asking for closer ties and access to trading partners as she tries to circumvent the traditional blockages of the allegiances in the capital. Some houses have switched sides, others ceded holdings entirely to avoid the shame of officially losing all standing. More and more, they are concerned with station and alliance over whatever objections they stated about the Inquisition. Let's continue to use Josie.
Let us begin.
The Thibault family is becoming a clever favorite in the war of station that is ongoing between the noble houses. The Bordelons have all but ceased to exist socially, and many are scrabbling for traditional alliances. Lady Eustace Richelieu has emerged as a strong voice at court and is suggesting several arranged marriages to solidify ties, and presumably the stand of her house as arbiter and matchmaker. Okay. Reaching ever upward. There is a contender to rival the alliance with the Thibaults. Lady Richelieu sent the following letter. The Rossiers are a stubborn threat. The most efficient way to deal with them is to nullify with social alliance. But the only pairing of import is unavailable because the Thibault daughter has betrothed herself elsewhere. She has the luxury of such a wasteful pairing because the Inquisition bearing the weight in this partnership. Our hands are tied. You face the difficult task of attacking the status of Lord des Rossiers unless you were to demand that task of the Thibaults. If their investment were more taxing, they would be more inclined to an arranged match for the daughter, and that is a well-respected currency in Orlais. In your service, Lady Eustace Richelieu. If their investment were more taxing. Let's use Liliana. We received word from Lady Eustace Richelieu, who presumes more and more to speak for the Thibaults. She's also quick to use us and we, Liliana. Lady Richelieu's letter follows. Bold move, Inquisitor. Lord des Rossiers was mortified, if not mortally so. It is said he cannot bear to show his face, and face is all many of his generation value. I do hope he will do nothing drastic. I also hope that the names behind us remain willing to commit what is necessary to solidify the lines that have been established. We shall see in your gracious service, Lady Eustace Richelieu. Amulet of Power. Okay, I think that is it. That's gonna wait. This is gonna wait. That's a main quest. Oh, maybe we can go ahead and do this. I just don't want it to take me there. Let's see here. My dearest Josephine, the hills of Empress du Leon are in peril. A maidservant recently returned from visiting an uncle in Sarnia, Sarnia spoke of gruff, helmeted men about the village's quarry and the appearance of strange red crystals in the fields close by. Red lyrium. I suspected red lyrium and sent men to investigate, but the bridges leading to the area had all been destroyed. The Red Templar's handiwork, I wager. If we do not act quickly, all of the Highlands may be lost. I wish I bore fairer tidings, my dear. My warmest regards to your family. I pray for the quelling of these winter winds of chaos, that we may meet again in springtime. Your truest friend and ally, Edward de Deshardens. The Elswood River froze over after an unseasonable chill. We'll need some brave soldiers and sturdy mounts, but it's our only path into the mountains. Oh, we have a perk too. Let's see what happens if we do this. Please don't have us go off somewhere. Oh no. Okay. Woof. We broke through to Sarnia and lead scout Harding is with the vanguard sent to establish an Inquisition camp. Her early reports indicate that the red lyrium is spreading. Colin. Okay, so just got a new area that's unlocked. No. Okay. So that's good. Just a new area. And I don't see anything new over here. Nope. All right. Let's close out of that. Let's get our perk. And what did I say I was going to get? That's good. Okay. Oh yeah, let's get this. And 1 combat ability point for the Inquisitor only. Ooh, cool. Let's get that. I think we're finally done. Good gravy, that was a lot of reading. Okay. Well, we're just gonna let everything pop in. That off your head there. As soon as everything finishes here, we're going to end the episode, and when we come back, we'll sit in judgment and then decide what we're going to do from there. I think I'm going to go talk to Dorian and tell him about the letter. I don't know, I just feel like trickery by taking him to the Gone Lantern. I don't think that my character would do that. I really don't think she would do that. So we'll probably go talk to him and let him know about the letter. Okay, that's it. Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope you are enjoying this playthrough of Dragon Age Inquisition. And if you are, I would appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. I will see you on in the next episode. Thanks so much, very much for watching. Bye.